This is Get Inspired with Dr. Barb. Hi, everyone. Welcome on my podcast, Get Inspired with Dr. Barb. This is your host, Dr. Barbara Vokatis. This podcast is on innovation in education. I bring just incredible guests to my show to speak about how we can improve education so children can have better experiences, but it's also how it can work better for parents and for other involved individuals and parties. I think that education and improvement in education should be really everybody's business because a lot depends on how well we educate children and what their experiences are as far as education. If they hate school, I don't think we are winning in any really capacity because that is just so important. I think that the future of many adults really depends on what experiences they have in elementary, middle school, high school, and beyond. So this is a very, very important topic. And today I have incredible guests. They connecting. We have some time difference. They are connecting from Europe and from a place that's called Malta. Our connection works very well, so I'm very happy. And first of all, I just would like to welcome you, our wonderful audience. And we have Dor Gatt,
Hello.
and also, hi, Dor.
Hi.
And we have also Joe, and I'm going to try to pronounce Joe's last name. We had some fun. I had some fun learning how to pronounce it. I know I'm not going to do justice, so I'm going to ask Joe for help. So Joe Stafrace.
Stafrace. Okay. No problem. How are you, Barbara?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
for this
exactly,
opportunity to share our experience with you and
yeah.
with your audience. It is our pleasure that we are here with you.
Thank you so much. And the pleasure and honor is really mine. And if somebody doesn't know where Malta is, could you maybe tell our audience? You never know.
Malta is in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea.
So
It's south
yeah.
of Sicily.
And what's bigger, Sicily or Malta? Again, I know, but we don't know if our audience knows.
It's a small, tiny island, and we have another smaller island, which is Gozo, and we are seven. How much the population? Now we are 578,000. Also,
Actually,
our population. Also, there is a small island, Comino, which is between Malta and Gozo. But only one
mhm.
person lives on this island, Comino. One person. But we are small, but we have a lot of history, you know. Hey, we have. A lot of history, and it's very interesting.
Very interesting for sure. Yes. I know that once in my previous sort of life when I lived in Poland, I made it to Sicily and it's probably similar as far as climate, which means it's
Yeah.
very hot right now. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yes. We
Yeah.
are 42 degrees. Right now, Sicily is 45, so we are quite the
Yeah.
same. And the authorities are alarming everyone not to go out, to stay home. Even animals,
Yeah.
especially elderly people, children. Um,
Yeah.
so we are confined home for this week.
But it works for us because in that way we can connect. So we're
Yes,
doing something very useful. And
yes.
I would like to tell that's really fabulous. And I could talk about where you live for a long time. So we could find out more. I'm sure our audience would have a lot of questions. And that's good. So hopefully they can connect with us and maybe ask those questions about Malta. It's a very interesting little place that does a lot of
Mhm.
good things, right?
Yes.
And I wanted to tell our audience, so Joe is, and both Joe and Dor are connected, and I'm going to tell you in what ways, to a very interesting organization, Service Dogs Malta Foundation. And Joe is actually a founder vice chairperson and operation manager of this organization. That's a lot of roles. You're doing a lot of things in this
of
organization.
a lot of work, but
Yeah.
I have a good team surround me, so we can deliver a lot of work in various areas, as we go to explain further later.
Awesome. And Dor, you are a personal assistant
Yes,
to operations manager
yes,
to Joe and events
yes,
coordinator. And that also tells me something that that's a lot of work
yes, yes.
that you're doing.
We have a lot of work to do, but we are happy when we have work. It means that we are reaching more people. More organization needs our services. More families are reaching
Yeah.
out so that we help them. So it's true that a lot of work, but we are happy with a lot of work.
Happy people. I mean, that's like a recipe for happiness that I
Yes,
could just tell our audience. If you want to be happy, do something that makes you happy, and like serving others or
yes.
helping other people. I mean, that is a big source of really happiness, and I can attest to that too. And if you could tell our audience more about the background of what you're doing, what led you to this work, why you are so involved in this organization, why it started, why?
Joseph is the founder, so it's better to that he starts um, telling you about everything. Yes,
Sounds good.
the service dogs was set up in 2013. The idea came because um, I started to uh, my career long time ago in NGOs, and in fact, I remember I started volunteer work in Malta when I was 15, 16 years old. Now I'm 53, 54, so a long time. So in 2006, basically, um, we founded uh, a new organization, Malta Guide Foundation, where we focus uh, mainly on blind people and their services. And we started to teach OM, orientation mobility, and uh, train guide dogs, but I felt that other disability doesn't have the same opportunity like me. So we decided, Sarah, Greg, and myself, to set up this organization, this foundation, in 2013. And I remember 2014, we received two Labradors from France, where we started the training. It was our trainer, Robert Spiteri, and one was success and the other one failed. And one of the dog went with a service user who was on autism spectrum, and that's the story how we started. And then bit by bit, we increased our services. We brought more dogs and deliver more dogs, and bit by bit, we grow slowly, slowly. It wasn't easy, but
Yeah.
bit by bit, um, today, the Service Dogs Malta Foundation um, helped a lot of people, and I believe it's not enough. I always dream. In fact, my colleagues always tell me, you are a dreamer. Yes, dreams, it's so important, you know, because when you dream, dreams which can happen can come true, and I see this foundation in the future bigger. Especially today, I have my colleague, Dorian. She takes a lot of patience with me. But, we are both energetic people, energetic
Yeah.
people, and we do everything because we love. We do this job by passion. And when you make the job by passion, you deliver it and you make success.
And wonderful. What I hear is I hear that you both passionate. This is something that started a while ago, but what's really amazing is that you say, I mean, it's about having dreams and not being afraid of working towards these dreams,
Yeah.
and also thinking we want to be even bigger, right? We want to do more. We want to develop this organization even more. And to a little bit later, let's talk about this vision, what you envision as far as making it bigger, what it would look like. And I would like to ask you now about what exactly the organization is doing. And I know that there are two pieces. There is service dogs. They are being trained, then some people receive those dogs somehow. So the dogs are helpful to them. I'm not sure if everybody who's in our audience knows what service dogs do. So maybe you would like to tell us. So it's like, how does this service dogs aspect works? And also there's a dog aspect too. So how these two things work through your organization?
I think it is good to explain how we train our dogs, the process. The process starts when the puppy sort of arrive in our foundation when they have 8, 9 weeks. The puppy
Mm-hmm.
go with a puppy raiser. Puppy raiser is the person who keep the puppy until the dog will be ready to go in a family or with a service user. So, bit by bit, the puppy raiser takes the puppy in various setups, like supermarket,
Mm-hmm.
on the bus, various activities. So the puppy will learn different experiences, which will help him in the future. So
Mm-hmm.
later stage, the trainer will meet with puppy raiser and always will give them all support. And when the puppy will have around months, um, we will take them more sort of in the schools, various setup like companies with various employers. So we use them, we call them therapy. Therapy means that
Yeah.
the dog will do some various tasks. It's very important that we keep in mind that we see first the well-being of the dog and the safety of the person who benefit from the therapy. So that
Mhm.
will continue until maybe 1 year, 2 months. So the dog will be nearly ready to move with the service user or with a family. Not all the dogs will make it because, as you know, there is standards which we need to follow because we are part of ADI, Assistant Dogs International. So
Mhm.
it's really important for us and the trainer make sure that our dogs reach certain standards. It's important the safety of our service user. So as I mentioned before, also the trainer during that time between 7, 8 to 1 year, he will assess the dog and choose the area because not every dog is good, let's say, for diabetes or for
Mhm.
mobility or for autism. So to that period, our trainer analyzed the dog and choose the best, which can work the dog. I can tell you more, but I think it's good. And maybe Dorian give us more information, example, how Dorian take
Yeah.
the dogs with her in the school setup.
Mela, Joe, as Joe told you, during the period that our dogs are in training, we often take them to mainly schools. We take them to
Yeah.
schools, but we also take them to old to homes of old people, residents there. We take them to organization. But I, being a teacher, I take them to school with me. They stay in my class. I am a maths teacher, and my
Right.
students are 15-year-olds. They are not primary students, they are bigger. But I saw with my eyes what benefits the children
Yeah.
have when they have a dog in class or in school. It's amazing. And I've been 3 years with the foundation, and the reason I stayed because it's a lot of work. I am a full-time teacher, maths teacher, and
Yeah.
I am involved with the foundation. It's too much work, but I stayed working, helping, because
Mm-hmm.
I saw the benefits the children have when being near one of these dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. We had children that have selective mutism, that they started to smile, to talk with the dog because the dog is non-judgmental. We had an experience also of a girl who didn't want to come out from the house from and her mother contacted the school, and I was asked to go to her to meet her mother, and the girl did come out from her room and her house and went
Mm-hmm.
for for a walk with the dog. So the dogs do amazing work, amazing jobs with the in schools. And our vision for the future, like Joseph said earlier, is to make this bigger, not in one school, not in few schools, but around Malta, because
Yeah.
we saw with our eyes we were what benefits. It's amazing what these dogs do. And then when they are ready to move with their handler, we give these dogs free. When they are 2 years or
Mm-hmm.
1.5 year, no, not 2 years. When they are 1.5, they are ready to move with the family. These dogs are given free. The family where they go don't have to pay anything. They are
Mm-hmm.
given from our foundation free. And they help individual within these families, or those having autism, or those having diabetes, or mobility issues, or anxiety. There are various
Mm-hmm.
conditions that Maltese people or those living in Malta can apply, and we analyze the application, and they are meshed with a dog. And when it's the time that the dog is fully grown, he can then move with the family, and then there is no therapy work with him. Then
Right. Right.
we take other dogs that are not yet matched. But in the future, um, talking about the future, in the future, we dream to have two types of dog: those therapy dogs, those
Yeah.
facility dogs, and those service dogs. But until now, we are coping, we are doing this thing. But in the future, we want to make a structure so that we have a
Mm-hmm.
section dedicated to facility or therapy dogs, and a section only for service dogs.
Yes, and the idea
Yeah.
is that we're using this structure because our energy, our resources, because we are a small team. But I'm
Yeah.
sure in the future we'll have more people with us, so we can sort of grow stronger. And so we can deliver more dogs and facility dogs. In fact, we had various success stories. In fact, another story that maybe Dorian
Mm-hmm.
forgot to mention was that particular a young boy who, thanks to the dog, it takes about 1 year. He, in the end of the scholastic year, he present um, a show with his teacher. Yeah.
He was shy at the beginning of the school year. He was very shy, and he
Yeah.
was a 15-year-old. He hasn't no friends. He was autistic, but with the help of the dog and being close to me and the dog and to Joseph's dog, he built up his confidence, and at the end of the year, from a shy person having no friends, he had a lot of friends along the year. Along the year, he made up a lot of friends, and even we had a celebration day, and we needed a presenter who presents this celebration day on the park, and I asked him if he wanted to be that one, and he immediately said yes. And everyone, even the administration of the school and everyone was they were really joyed that they saw this transformation within the scholastic year of this boy. And it was so thanks to our dogs and to the organization. We help a lot of people like that, because loneliness and because certain conditions bring
Mm-hmm.
loneliness with them. And when
True.
we see this condition and the fact that a person is lonely, we try to help a lot, because like you said before, helping people in need bring you happiness.
Yes, I mean, from my experience, because I am a blind person, I have a guide dog. So thanks to my guide dog, I meet a lot with people, because people stop you. Hi, what is the dog name? How is
Mm-hmm.
cute? So you engage with people thanks to the dog. So the dog
Yeah.
can be a bridge between you and uh, the people who are surround you. I can say it that thanks to him, in fact, I remember my first guide dog was arrived in 2011, and I was a student in that moment at university.
Mm-hmm.
And, everybody stop you, want to touch the dog and pet the dog, So with
Yeah.
the dog, I had the chance to meet with various people, and it was a nice experience.
That's just amazing. This is very interesting what you're doing, because the service dogs, they train, but also they need to be also socialized, because with the person they going to serve in the future, they have to go to places, so they have to be dogs that are socialized. So it does make sense to take them to different places, such as
Yes.
school and other places. Of course, everything done in a way that makes sense, that takes welfare of the animals into consideration. It's very interesting, because you've been able, within a small organization, you are able to do a lot of things, serve with these dogs as therapy dogs as they are being socialized as future service dogs, and then they are service dogs eventually to all kinds of people with all kinds of disabilities and needs. And I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And I wanted to ask you, if how do people find you? If somebody has a need and they live in Malta, right? And they would like to have a service dog, what do? They like write a letter to you and they like apply. What is the process for someone to be considered as getting in the future? Maybe they can get a therapy a service dog from you, but how does it start?
Basically, Dorian in charge from our social media. So we
Mm-hmm.
upload of photos and videos. The idea is that um, we raise more awareness. That's really important. So the
Yeah.
people will know, oh, there's a service dog for autism or diabetes or, so people
Yeah.
then communicate with us through
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, Instagram, and they ask,
Yeah.
how can benefit from service or how to apply. And then you should, Dorian, give them my mobile number and
Mm-hmm.
first make a
This
short
is
meeting on the phone.
mm,
And then if they interested, we'll meet them, explain to them what is the process, what is the beneficiaries of the service dog, what is your obligation,
mhm,
because also the dog you need to look after them, you need financial, because to keep a dog you need money for food, medicine. So we explained indeed the process. And then if they wish to continue, we give them the application according to the area which they want to apply. And then slowly, we start the process.
very cool. Thank you so much for explaining this process. I love how you said, well, Dorian will let you know that somebody is interested, and you just tell her, well, ask them to call me, get in touch with me, and you get a chance to talk to these people on the phone. You, the head of the organization, making this personal contact with someone, because if this is someone who wants to have a service dog, they need to be, you need to have an interaction with them, right?
Yes, yes,
Who's calling me? Who wants the
yes,
dog? So it's not like this
No,
process.
communication is important
It's
for us.
yeah, like personal communication, live, not through just some kind of emails.
No,
It might start on social media, but then you taking it to
yes,
this more personal
yes,
level when you can hear the person on the phone.
yes,
And this is such incredible how much responsibility you take in this work. And that is also why it also takes more time because you're
yes,
going to be involved personally, right, with these people. I mean, you care about them, but you also care about the dogs
yes.
who are being trained and that will be serving these people. It's absolutely amazing. You're probably doing something that nobody else does
We even
in
go
the world.
to their houses. We see the house, we see the family,
Mm,
because
you go into their houses.
the safety
Wow.
of the dog
Yeah.
is important. Communication with them, with the
Hmm.
family is important, and the communication continues till the dog dies.
Wow.
Communication, it doesn't stop when they have the dog. The
Hmm.
communication continues not once a year, or it continues along the year. We ask for
Yeah.
photos of the dogs. We ask them if they have any problems. We encourage them to communicate with us if they have difficulties. For example, one of our service users today was trying to go on a taxi, but the taxi refused her because of the dog. And she communicated this. She sent me a message.
Hmm.
Please, I was I had this difficulty today, and Joseph called her
Wow.
after an hour, and he told her how to deal with it, and he's going to inform authorities about this difficulty, because we need them to be happy. We help them, and
Wow.
the communication is open communication all year long.
I think maybe you
That's yeah.
can mention that after the dog sort of matched, okay, the process start slowly, slowly. Okay, the trainer choose the area, then the dog meet with the service user, and
Mm-hmm.
to move from the puppy raiser to a service user or the family takes about 2 months. The idea is the transaction will make it slowly, slowly, so the dog will not have trauma and they
Right.
can build a relation bit by bit. Then, after the dog move, the family thanks the puppy raiser because keep in mind it's not an easy job for the puppy raiser. After 1.5, leave the dog and let him go. It's a big sacrifice,
Yeah.
as you know. But the family thanks the operator and the trainer continue working with the family. After the sort of this transaction and the dog will be ready, we sign an agreement between the foundation and the service user or the family. The idea is that we keep the ownership of the dog because
Oh,
we have to make sure the dog well-being always kept safe. You know, for us, the dog well-being is important. Then, okay, we give you the dog. You can sort of use the dog and his services or her services, and we support you all the way. Also, at least first year, we visit the family or the service user three
mm-hmm.
times to make sure that everything is sound and safe. Then we do the second year, we do annual test. So the trainer visit the family, the service user, and check about the standard, the task which learned the dog, and if performed or not, and then we'll continue from there. As you see, it's not easy task, it's not easy process, because we keep in
No.
mind that everything is going okay, safe.
That is a lot of work I can see now because you are really keeping in touch with those families. As you said, you have the ownership of the dog. So it's gotta be, there has to be a process of rechecking and monitoring. And I wanted to ask, uh, are there a lot of, through this work, do you have quite a few children who are able to take their service dogs to the school? And if you could share.
No. Currently, we have no children taking their
Hmm.
service dog every day to school
Right.
because if the child is young, for example, a 7-year old, he can't take care of the dog and go to lessons and concentrate on
Yeah.
even if he has an assessment or a test. Um, the LSA, the teacher assistant here in Malta is called LSA. The teacher assistant can agree to take care of the dog, can agree.
Hmm.
But if there is an adult taking care of the dog goes every day with the child. Currently, we don't
Right.
have such a thing happening, but we have a dog with a 17 or 18, Joe, 18-year
Hmm.
old. She's still studying and she can take care of the dog and she takes the dog with her. But it's a tertiary education. It's not elementary or
Right.
secondary level. It's tertiary she takes him, but our dogs can go with the students if we find if the family wants and the educator is agrees to take care of the dog while in
Right.
school. It's okay for us. And we think that next year we'll be having one such dog going with the boy every day. But in order to
Wow.
such thing happening, we have to assess the safety and the well-being of the dog. It's
That
first and foremost that
Mhm.
the dog is well taken care in school, and we have to go to see what is happening.
Yeah,
We are going to have meetings with the administration of the school, with the parents, with this educator who wants to take care. There are a lot involved, but it's a good. I like it. The idea. It's doable, and we'll see what happens.
exactly. That's again future and seeing how it involves, and that's an excellent point. I mean, somebody in that school has to be then responsible,
Yeah.
an adult for the dog, because now you have a child who has to learn,
Mhm.
and they can't just you can't just rely on this child as far as meeting
Yeah.
the needs of the dog.
Yeah.
It's always difficult also to have a dog somewhere all day long. Very, very difficult. So there is a lot involved in that. And I wanted to ask you, your organization with service dogs, but also, as we know, there's a therapy dog aspect in it, is the only organization of this type in Malta or not? Because I don't know.
Yes, it's the only
It
one.
is.
It's the only one.
Yeah.
We have certificates, we have standards. So
Yeah.
the only organization, service dogs and therapy dog, facilities dog is us. But
Yeah.
as we find everywhere, there are people who have a good dog and they tell that it's a service dog, or they tell that it's a therapy dog, but they don't have a certification. They
Right.
do not do training. Even we are
Yeah.
insured for the possibility. We haven't had any accidents, but we have high standards. I do have pets, and they are good pets, but I don't tell anyone they are therapy dog or service dog. They are good pets.
Yeah.
Yes, I have good
Mm-hmm.
pets, but there are people who that they think that they have a service dog, but
Mm-hmm.
no, they have no rights, no training, no certification.
Mm-hmm.
Our dogs are trained, are certified, they have high standards, and they can enter everywhere in Malta, even go on a plane with us, under the seat with us, and they go to hospitals. We have
Mm-hmm.
international certificates, and we guarantee
Yeah.
and guarantee that they are good, they are trained, they are well behaved,
Mm-hmm.
they can work with small children in kinder, very small children. So we
Yeah.
are.
It's absolutely amazing all the work you're doing and how Elsa can really develop. I will be so interested in following everything. I know that I stay in touch with Dor quite closely.
Thanks, thanks.
We also have some Polish connections, as it
Yes,
turns out.
yes.
But also for the audience, where can people follow you, connect with you? If you could mention that, that would be great on social media. And also if you have a website.
Yeah.
I'm sure
They
you do.
can follow us on Facebook, Service Dogs Malta, on Instagram. Also, we have our YouTube channel, Service Dogs Malta, where they can see various videos. The idea of this video is to continue raise awareness um,
Mm-hmm.
about service dog and their roles, different roles. So any person who would like to communicate with us, we are more than welcome to give our information and to support them as well.
Well, thank you so much. It was just a fabulous conversation, and I could really, it's just so many really points here, and also for others to see what it takes to run an organization like that, and that has dogs under its care, right? what it takes, how much effort and time you devote to then checking on the dogs throughout their life. That's absolutely amazing. And thank you so much for this. I know we could talk forever about dogs, but right, for another show in the future. In
Thank
the
you.
meantime, I would like to, you're welcome, ask our wonderful audience to follow the organization and also Dor and maybe Joe on their social media accounts too. I will be asking them to give me all the links they would like to share with me so I can include them in the show notes. Get in touch with them. Ask how they doing. Maybe don't take too much time from them, but I'm sure they would love to hear hi and just how amazing work they are doing. It's a model for other places. I think it's really cool. And also just for any other organization, not even involved like with dogs, with animals, just this idea what it takes when you are the founder, when you are the key people in the organization, you have to do some work. You're not like leading it and just some other people are doing the work for me. You're like really responsible person for everything that's happening. If you would like to add anything at the end of the show, I would appreciate it, Joe and Dor.
I think thanks very much for your invitation. We really
You're
enjoyed
welcome.
to be with you. Mind you, this is the first podcast for us. So
Oh, look at that. You
and
did
I'm
so
really
well. Isn't it?
excited, but
Yeah.
we really enjoyed
And we have 4 dogs
around us.
surrounding us. We have four. That's why I am because the 3 service dog and the vet. And we are really
Yeah.
happy. We do are at one thing. We work well together and we love our work. In order to succeed in anything you
Mhm.
do, you have to love what you do. And we love
Yeah.
what we do, and we like to,
Yeah.
as like when when we needed help, someone helped us in the
Mhm.
past. We like to pay it forward. We like to do
Do the
to,
favor. Yeah.
to help others, and that's our way to help those in need.
Thank you so much. Fabulous job you are doing. And I will see you all, including our audience on social media. And there was just an incredible episode with Joe and Dora. We could find out so much about what this kind of work entails. And no surprise, there is some work involved, right? It's not like it always is, but there's so much satisfaction and
Thanks.
fulfillment. Thank you so much. And you're welcome. Bye bye, everyone. Thank
Thank
you. This is Get Inspired with Dr. Barb.